happy Friday, and welcome back to Financial Wellness Fridays. I apologize for the delay in getting this video out, but I hope you're super excited to be back and learning about financial wellness with me. The past 2 weeks, we've gone super in-depth about budgeting and how to make your own budget, so today I thought we'd shift gears to keep it a little bit interesting and talk about another super important topic, which is credit and credit cards. The reason why I feel like it's really important for young adults to learn about credit and credit cards is because I feel like the messaging around them is a little bit misinformed. For me, I feel like most of the people either end up on one spectrum or the other. The first spectrum being taught by their parents that credit cards are super bad and that if you get one, you're automatically going to go into debt. So you should just stay away. And then I think there's people on the other side of the spectrum that are either mistaught or not taught or given a bad example where they think they can just get a credit card, max it out, and then pay it back over time, only making the minimum payment every month and racking up tons of credit card debt. So I think it's super important for young adults to get proper messaging somewhere in the middle so they know how to adequately use credit cards and make sure that they're using credit cards to their advantage to build good credit. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about why it's super important to get a credit card, and also we're going to be talking about the two types of credit cards you can get. And then next week, we'll talk about how to use your credit card to your advantage in order to build a good credit score. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, stick around, and let's jump right in. So first, why is credit and credit cards super important? So I believe it's important for young adults to get a credit card basically as soon as they can, so they can start building credit for those bigger purchases that might be coming up in the future, such as a vehicle, or for when they need to apply to live in an apartment where they'll pull a credit score and make sure that they're making on-time payments. One thing to keep in mind is that no credit is equal to bad credit. If lenders can't see that you're making good on-time payments, they're not going to know whether or not they can trust you with their money, or in the case of an apartment, with a monthly payment to stay there or rent. So it's super important to get that credit card, start making on-time payments, and build that credit history. And credit cards are the easiest way to do this because if you start off with a big purchase or a loan, you're going to have a super high interest rate, which means you're paying way more than you need to be paying in order to start building that credit. Credit cards, if you use them like debit cards where you only spend as much as you can afford to pay back at the end of the month, will automatically start boosting your credit without you having to go into debt, which is super awesome and a safe way to build credit. So let's talk about the two types of credit cards that you can get. The first is an unsecured credit card. These are usually going to be geared towards students if you don't have any credit, which means that they're going to have high APRs, maybe not as many rewards, but they usually don't have any annual fees, and they're going to accept you even if you have no credit. So one of these is like the Discover student card, or I think Capital One has one, and they're super easy to get access to. You're going to have a super low line of credit, but that's okay. And then you can start making those payments and building up that good payment history. An unsecured credit card is unsecured because the lender or the bank doesn't have any collateral. So essentially they're giving you money without you giving them anything in return. So that's why it's unsecured and a little bit tougher to get if you have bad credit or no credit. So if you already have bad credit, or if you have no credit and you just can't get approved for one of those unsecured credit cards, then your next option is a secured credit card. Secured credit cards are essentially when the bank or lender has collateral. So essentially your line of credit or your credit limit is going to be the amount that you pay the bank to allow you to have on the credit card. For example, if you pay $1,000 to have an $1,000 credit limit, then you can spend up to $1,000 while the bank keeps the $1,000 as collateral. So every time you pay back some transactions that you make, then that credit limit goes back up to $1,000. Essentially like an unsecured credit card, except you're going to build credit a little bit faster. The secured credit card is super easy to get approved for because the bank has collateral, so they don't really have to worry as much about whether or not you'll be a good steward of their money, because if you don't pay it back, well, they have the funds to make that payment for you. So a secured credit card is a great option if you're looking to repair bad credit or if you just can't get approved for the unsecured credit cards. So my challenge to you is if you are 18 and eligible to get a credit card, go and find one. Don't use it until you're sure you know how to use it properly, but apply for one and get started on that process. This way you can start building credit, so if you're looking to be moving into your own place or get a vehicle soon, then you'll be prepared. So that's all we have for today. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Comment any questions that you have down below. And again, remember to subscribe and visit us again next Friday. Have a great day. But then I feel like there's